Looking for some cool Photoshop tricks to try out? I've put together a handful of quick tutorials that show you how to create cool looks like overprint, halftone, embroidery, and even how to remove unwanted reflections from your images. Each one is short, easy to follow, and great if you're just exploring or adding new tricks to your workflow. Alright, let's jump right into the first one, the overprint effect. First, import your image. Make sure it has a transparent background. Next, add a threshold adjustment layer. Adjust the slider to get strong, clean black and white areas, simplifying your image. Now, on the image layer, grab the dodge or burn tool to selectively reveal or hide details in the black and white areas and fine-tuning your effect. After that, go to Filter, Sharpen, choose Sharpen. This will crisp up your edges. Once you're happy, merge those two layers together. Next, go to Select Color Range. In the Color Range window, choose Highlights from the drop-down, then click OK. This selects all the white areas. Now, simply hit Delete on your keyboard to remove those white pixels. Finally, double-click your layer to open Layer Styles. Add a color overlay and pick any color you like for your overprint effect, then click OK. And there you have it. Up next, let's try something bold and grainy, the halftone effect. Start by placing the image you want to use, then add a solid color layer and set it to 50% gray. Convert the gray layer into a smart object and clip it to your image using a clipping mask. Now go to Filter, open the filter gallery, and choose Halftone Pattern. Set the contrast to 50 and adjust the size depending on your image. Change the blending mode of the gray layer to color burn for a stronger effect. Next, add a black and white adjustment layer between your image and the gray layer. Then add a levels adjustment layer on top of that. Above everything, apply a threshold adjustment to sharpen the effect even more. For a final touch, go back to the gray layer and add some Gaussian blur to smooth out the pattern. You can tweak the levels or threshold sliders to dial in the look you want. And that's it. Next up is a style that feels straight out of a copy machine. First, turn your image into a smart object so everything stays editable. Then go to Filter Gallery. Start by adding some grain, tweak the settings to match the mood of your photo. After that, hit the little plus icon to add another filter layer and choose Torn Edges. Play around with the contrast and detail until it looks like it came straight out of a copy machine. Once you're happy with it, just hit OK. And that's it, instant photocopy vibes done in seconds. Next up, let's switch to something with texture, the embroidery effect. Start by setting up your background and selecting the image you want to use. Then go to Filter, choose Parametric Filter, and click on Embroidery. Instantly, your image transforms into a stitched, fabric-like design. And the best part? You can fine-tune everything in the Parametric Properties panel, adjust the stitch direction, density, and more. Oh, and by the way, this feature is currently only available in Photoshop Beta. So if you haven't tried it yet, now's a good time. Now, let's switch gears to something more practical, how to remove distracting reflections from your images. First, right-click your photo layer and convert to Smart Object. Then go to Filter and select Camera Raw Filter. Inside Camera Raw, find the eraser icon on the right. That's your remove action. In Distraction Removal, you'll see the Reflection tab. If it's missing, click the gear icon, then Technology Previews, and check New AI Features and Settings panel. Hit OK. Next, click Apply and set Quality to Best for the perfect result. Then, watch those reflections vanish. Now let's do a quick color correction. A few small tweaks can really bring your image to life and make everything look more polished. First, duplicate your photo layer by hitting Command+J. Now, go up to Filter, Blur, and then choose Average. This will turn your photo into a single average color. Next, add a Curves adjustment layer. Grab the sample in image to set Gray Point Eyedropper icon. Now, just click on that averaged color layer to tell Photoshop what neutral gray should look like. Then, you can delete that averaged layer. It's done its job. Add another Curves adjustment layer. See the hamburger menu in the top right of the Curves panel. Click that and then choose Auto Options. From here, you can pick any of the algorithms that works best for your photo. Play around to see which one gives you the best result. You can also enable Snap Neutral Mid-Ones for extra precision. And there you have it. And to close things off, here's a fun one, the ink bleed effect. It gives your text or shapes a raw, artsy feel like it was printed on paper and smudged just right. First, type out any text you want and convert it into a smart object. Then go to Filter, Blur, and hit Gaussian Blur. Pick a blur value that softens the edges a bit. Now back to Filter, choose Motion Blur. Set the angle to 0 and adjust the distance until you get that horizontal smudge. Next, add a threshold adjustment layer and play around with it until you get a nice gritty ink texture. Now, go back to Filter, head over to Distort, and select Ripple. Set the size to medium and amount to around 50%. It's starting to look messy in a good way. Merge all the layers, then go to Select and choose Color Range. Pick shadows to select the black parts of your text and hit OK. Now press Command-J to duplicate that grungy selection onto a new layer. For the final touch, throw in a background and maybe a paper texture to finish off that classic ink bleed vibe. Boom, done. And that's all 7. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and drop a comment about your favorite effect.